Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. In our earlier program, we have discussed about three concepts that we use in research and education, that is data, information and knowledge. We have discussed with suitable example that the concept of data and how data helps to get information, and we have also discussed the concept of information, then how information helps to get knowledge. Okay, so these three terms, these three concepts are interlinked with each other. Data helps to information and information helps to knowledge. Here in this program, we will discuss about different sources of acquiring knowledge. Okay, the knowledge that you acquire, what are the different sources? Okay, so basically when we talk about the sources of acquiring knowledge, you see the very popular sources that we use, we can say that type of maybe intuition, maybe tenacity, maybe authority, maybe reasoning, maybe empiricism, maybe faith. Okay, so friends, in this program we will discuss about these sources with suitable example. We will discuss that how these sources helps to acquire knowledge. So friends, let us try to discuss the first source that I was taking the name, that is the intuition. You see, many a time you must have experienced, you must have observed, and you must have listened by saying the things by others that I am intuiting something. Okay, let you take the example of today's weather. The senior members of your family or in the society where you are living, many a time they are saying that it seems that today afternoon there will be rain. Okay, it seems that tomorrow will be a rainy day. So from where they are getting such information? So they are intuiting something. Because of their intuition, they are saying that today there will be rain at the afternoon, or tomorrow will be a rainy day. So this is because their experiences, because they have experienced such type of things earlier. Because you see, when it will rain, so before raining you will find that this sky will look cloudy, means there will be cloud. So that cloud give a type of intuition to the mind of the people that say they experienced earlier. So that's why they say, they intuit that there is cloudy in the sky, so there is the possibility of rain today. And many a time, you see, observing the direction of the winds, observing the directions of the winds, even if other symptoms of our atmosphere, you will find that people are saying today, tomorrow will be a sunny day, tomorrow's temperature will be very high, and tomorrow will be a rainy day. So this is based upon our individual experience. Okay, so basing upon our individual experience, we are saying that what will be the weather today. Okay, so this is called as the intuition. Means intuition helps us to acquire knowledge. Okay, so many a time by taking the help of intuition, we also acquire certain type of knowledge. Then second, we will discuss about the concept of authority. So you can say that authority is also one of the sources of acquiring knowledge. So try to understand what is authority. You see, when you are a student, in the school, who were teaching you? So your teachers were teaching you. Being a member of the family, you just remember your childhood days. Being a member, being a child in your family, you are following the instructions instructions or advice or suggestions given by the seniors. So you obey them you consider them that they are the authority for you, your family members and seniors in the society. At the same time, to your teachers, okay, your teachers who are teaching you, so they are your teachers, your parents, the seniors, they are your authority. So many a time you see, whatever your teacher was saying, you are considering that as if that is the true knowledge. Okay, so many a time you just remember your childhood days, you might have faced certain confrontation with your parents, with the family members. So many a time you are saying that yes, this has said by my teacher and it is truth. Okay, so there is no other than truth, that is the truth, because teacher has said them. And many a time whatever you have studied in your class, in your curriculum, you are considering that, and this is a type of valid knowledge. You are saying that is the truth. So friends, here you see authority means from where you are getting, or the persons from where you are getting certain knowledge, okay, certain information. It may be teacher, it may be your mother, your father, your parents, your grandfather, your grandmother, or the other member of the society, because you are learning from them, and you consider they are the authority for you. So many a time you are getting knowledge from the authority in different form, in home, in society, in playground, during the sports also, during the games also. Your authority is your sports guide. So the sports guide or the game teacher, their sports teacher, they are directing you, they are teaching you the rules and regulations of the game. So they are authority for you. So friends, authority is also a type of source for acquiring knowledge. Then the third point that we will discuss, that is the tenacity. So friends, try to understand that what is tenacity and how tenacity is considered as one of the sources of acquiring knowledge. So tenacity, to understand tenacity, I will give an example. You see, we all are watching television, okay. So you see, it may be a news program, it may be any entertainment program, it may be any education program, or other types of programs that we every day we watch on our television. You must have observed that many advertisement of different products, maybe soap, maybe toothpaste, maybe brush, maybe detergent, and maybe you can say other types of products, maybe fridge, maybe refrigerator. So other types of products, you will find that every day we are getting huge number of advertisement, okay. And in the advertisement they are comparing. In detergent they are comparing, they are saying that this is the best one, okay, this product is the best one, and this product will give you better result. You see, the same advertisement in a day, if you count it, you must have observed, you must have watched the same advertisement of the product more than 10 times, more than 50 times. So you see, many a time when you are watching the same thing, you heard the same thing, you listen the same thing, then automatically you are getting a type of psychological force, okay. So what you are doing, you are considering psychologically, mentally, you are considering that real as if it is the truth. So tenacity, the concept of tenacity means repeatedly that we are watching, repeatedly that we are observing, so it becomes a truth for us. It seems that as if this is the truth, it gives the proper result. So that's why what we are doing, we are trying to use that product, because many times our ear means we are hearing the same thing many times. So psychologically we are getting motivated and we are considering that as if this is the best product. So tenacity is also many a time it works as a source of knowledge, or because of tenacity, because of repeated watching, because of repeated involvement. So we consider that this is the truth, and that become a source of knowledge for us, and we are considering that as if that is the knowledge, that is the truth. So friends, tenacity is also one of the sources of acquiring knowledge. Next, we will discuss the other important sources, just like reasoning. You see, when we talk about the intuition, tenacity and authority, you will find that in authority things are different, because it may be a type of advice, it may be a type of teaching, okay, it may be a type of knowledge giving also, it may be a type of demonstration, it may be a type of experimentation. But when we talk about reasoning, so what we are doing, we are engaging, we are involving our thinking process, our skill of analyzing the things, the process of synthesizing the things. Okay, so we are involving our logical thinking, we are involving our logic, why this thing is happening, okay, and how this thing is happening. So you are verifying the things only. So what you are doing, what you do, let us take the example of mathematics. When you study mathematics, or when your teacher is teaching mathematics to you, you will find that they are using certain methods, they are using certain logic, okay. So here you see, every day, not even the subject, not even the school, even if in the day-to-day activity, in activities in your family, in the society, you are applying, you are employing your reasoning. Why such things happen? What is the cause behind it? Okay, so you are developing the deductive reasoning, at the same time the inductive reasoning. Okay, so by using your logic, by using your reasoning, by using your thinking, you are analyzing the things. Okay, the happenings that you are observing in the situation where you are living, you are synthesizing the things. Okay, so what you are doing, you are drawing certain conclusion, you are factorizing the things, you are deducing certain factors, why it happens. So when you are factorizing the things, so definitely you are using your reasoning. So friends, when we talk about reasoning, so definitely your logic, your thinking, your ideas, the inductive thinking, deductive thinking, your skill of analysis, your skill of synthesis, you are using. So that's why reasoning also one of the very important source of acquiring knowledge. So that's why with intuition, tenacity and authority, you can also say that reasoning is also a very authentic and a valid source for acquiring knowledge. So next we will discuss about another important source of acquiring knowledge, that is the empiricism. So friends, you see, we talk empiricism means when we use these scientific principles. So when we do a type of experiment, okay, so this is means you see, the knowledge that we acquire knowledge systematically and by using the scientific principles. Okay, so in the nature of science, you can say it is verifiable. So when we are empirically testing or verifying something, so we are using certain principles, we are using certain theories to verify the things. So you see, when we talk about the theories and principles that has been used in different subjects, mostly in the science subjects, like you can say different theories that we use in physics, different theories and principles, the laws that we use in mathematics, different theories, principles and laws that we use chemistry. Okay, so for doing chemical experiment, for conducting physical experiment, okay, and for doing experiment in different you can say physical sciences, in biology also, in botany, in zoology. So we are doing certain experiments. So by doing certain experiments, so what we are doing, we are developing certain knowledge base, and we are developing certain principles, we are developing certain theories. And at the same time, by doing the experiment also, we are verifying, we are testing the already existing principles, the already existing laws, the already existing theories. So friends, when we talk about empiricism here, this is a very systematic work, this is a very scientific work, means we verify the things, we conduct to verify a knowledge, we conduct a type of research, and that research is based upon certain experimentation. Okay, so we have certain control upon the situation. When we talk about in behavioral sciences, in education, in mental measurement, and you can say research in psychology, measurement in psychology, here also we use certain empiricism. So what we are doing? We are doing certain experiment. Okay, so by conducting certain experiment, we are analyzing the result. We are analyzing the impact, the effectiveness, and you can say the effect of certain things upon a variable. Okay, so we compare the things. So friends, when we talk about the principles of empiricism, the methods of empiricism, the methods of experimentation, the steps of experimentation, and the process of reaching at a conclusion, the process of reaching at a theory, the process of reaching at a principles that we use in our academic spheres, at the same time in day-to-day life, we can say that is also a source of a source for acquiring knowledge, just like empiricism is also a source for acquiring knowledge. Then next we will discuss many a time you see your faith. We all are the individual, we have our own faith. Okay, we have our own faith. So many a time you must have felt that your faith is also a source of knowledge. So many a time you see we all have our religious belief, we all have our social engagement, social belief, we all have our community belief, community engagement, okay, community dealing. So we have certain faith upon ourselves. Okay, so when we talk about the religion, we also religion means here our faith. We have our faith upon certain religion. So religion also teaches us many things. Okay, we acquire certain knowledge from religious practice. We acquire certain knowledge by engaging ourselves in the society, by societal engagement, and we acquire some knowledge in our community engagement. So our personal habits, our personal faith, okay, the faith of even if the habits of your family, the habits of or you can say the faith of your family, and your cultural beliefs. So this is also the faith upon your culture, the faith, or you can say your spiritual faith also, your spiritual belief also. So your spiritual belief, your religious belief, your cultural belief, your community belief, your social belief, that also a valid source of acquiring knowledge. Okay, so you have the faith, so that's why you are doing the certain things. You have the faith, so that's why your faith is making you maintaining a very disciplined life. So that's why for maintaining a disciplined life, you are following a faith, and that faith is your individual faith. So friends, the sources that we discuss may be intuition, okay, because of your experience, prior experience, you are following certain things, and you are saying that it may happen today, maybe rainy day, maybe sunny day, or maybe other types of predictions you are doing. So for making certain prediction, when you are intuiting something, then that is also a source of knowledge. The authority from where you are getting information, getting knowledge, okay, so you can say that is also a valid source of knowledge. Then tenacity, so the things that you are watching, the things that you are doing frequently, listen frequently, watching frequently, and that control your mind, that control your psychological system. So you are considering that these things are the best things, so that's where you are doing that, you are following that. So that's why tenacity also a valid source of knowledge, though certain subjectivity is there, still then that is a source of knowledge. Then reasoning, as we use our logic, our personal logic, our individual logic, and we are using the inductive reasoning, we are using the deductive reasoning. So that's why we are analyzing the things, we are synthesizing the things. So here reasoning is also a source of acquiring knowledge. Then empiricism, when we are doing a type of research, when we are doing a type of experimentation, okay, we experiment something by using certain scientific principles, scientific methods, scientific you can say concepts. Okay, so we are doing the work in a stepwise manner, in a procedure, in a procedural manner. So that's why scientifically you are also verifying the things, testing the things. Okay, so experimenting the things. So that's why empiricism is also one of the valid source of acquiring knowledge. Then faith, our personal faith is also a source of acquiring knowledge. So you see, when we analyze different sources, definitely we can say that few sources, by using that source you are acquiring knowledge, may be a subjective source, maybe certain error is there, personal biasness is there, still then that is also a source of knowledge for you. But when we talk about the reasoning and the empiricism, you will find that we are using our logic here, we are using the scientific principles here. So here this means that we are acquiring, that is objective in nature. When we are doing the experiment, so we are believing the things by doing the experiment. So you can say you are employing science here, you are employing you can say valid form of knowledge here. So that's why the results that you will get by empiricism, the source of empiricism and reasoning, that may be an objective result in comparison the results that you will get by intuition, tenacity or faith. Okay, intuition may be right and wrong, okay, tenacity may be right or wrong, authority may be right or wrong, faith may be right or wrong, because your subjectivity is there. We said that that is the source of acquiring knowledge, but certain subjectivity is there. But when we talk about the empiricism, because we use a scientific principles here, so here the knowledge that you are getting, that is objective knowledge, even if in our reasoning also, because inductively, deductively we are developing certain concept, we are justifying, we are comparing the things, okay, for acquiring the knowledge. So that's why that is also objective in nature. So friends, today we discussed that various sources that we use for acquiring knowledge, and as a researcher it is up to you that what source you will use for conducting your study and acquiring knowledge. This may help you for understanding knowledge in a better way, and the various sources that usually we use for understanding knowledge. In our next program we will discuss the other aspect of knowledge. Thank you.